Grr. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough! You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. I've had this dream before someplace, some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. Hello, this is Miss Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? Fuck you. If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Now listen up. You'd better get Angard's guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever. Phoenix. Mia? Mia, how's Mia? Oh no. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up, there's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here. Not anywhere. Oh my god. It's that cursed Angard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore, I mean it. You're really mean, pal. It's Gumshoe. I'm really sorry. Where are you? You let me join the investigation team and we're chasing after Tequila now. Then have you some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. We're not gonna give up. Gumshoe, until the trial's over, until the verdict is handed down, we're gonna do everything we can to find Tequila. If we can get May out, then we can get Angard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true, I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that. So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer? If you go Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out. Now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we've got, just like you. Got it, thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through, I know it. March 23rd, 10 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Angard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. Mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. This has to say, she really connected to the crime itself. Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion into Mr. Angard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of those actions are those from which she cannot escape. Sorry, my mouth was in the way. Then you're saying that she's also guilty after all? Not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, John Carrito was killed by a professional assassin. The person who hired the assassin, his client, is to speak, is Matt Engard. What a surprising turn of events! I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until May is safe and sound. I wonder how this trial will turn out today. And then please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to stand. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay, I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, that's, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry, well, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes. I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went in. All you need to do is answer what you asked. Now then, I'd like you to please testify about what you when you went to Mr. Engard's room. Okay, sure. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Ow. Matt was standing there, in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night and I couldn't make them wait for me. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony. And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Engard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy, what are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just gonna have to charge in head first, right? After the award ceremony, I went myself to Matt's room. The defendant's room. Why did you go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother sort of, and I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright. What is it? You're gonna try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor, underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do that your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Every time? Witness! I'll personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. So, you went to the defendant's room, and then... Hey, wait a minute! When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? I was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. Are you sure that was Matt Engard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room? He was talking with someone. At first I thought it was the bellboy. At first? What do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboy's uniform and he had a bottle of juice on a tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I don't think he was normal bellboy. Why was that? Why do I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm gonna have to wait patiently on this one. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you're watching them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. tip? That's a perfectly normal thing to do. So how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. I had guests with me that night and I couldn't make them wait for me. So who are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Mayor and Little Pearl. Oh, sorry. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. May was making such a racket and I understand. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone very long. At first, what do you mean by that? I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. Why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? Am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated... you know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident? Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? Matt gave the bellboy a tip. I watched the two of them, okay? So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Oh, well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was? But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy's putting the tip he got into his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow it all. It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of the shocking moments I should ask for. The bellboy's face. What was so shocking about the bellboy's face, Mr. Powers? Well, he wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old Gramps. I hope you know that discrimination towards old men is a no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches. A line of stitches? Yeah, and it went straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Almost like it was the thread snapped all the stuff in his head would come spilling out. He was there, at Engel's house. He was the butler. What is it, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So that means Engel was talking with D. Killer then. In the fact, if the fact were to be exposed, Engel would be declared guilty in a blink. Phoenix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief. Sure you don't have anything else? Something you would like to say, Mr. Wright? What did you say, Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright, nothing. We're just going around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue your testimony. The defendant is a huge star. You can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure, but giving him that much was maybe a little too much. A little too much? Would you please clarify to the court how much you say the defendant gave the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. Roll of cash? Oh, well, how interesting. It certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash that can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Reason objection. The defendant is a superstar. The kind of tip is typical fare for people like him. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? You've got a point. I didn't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida. Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horses now. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley Tequila left at the scene of the crime. Shelley Tequila? He is the person the police's special investigation team have been chasing for years. I'm certain the person the witness saw was the very assassin, Shelley Tequila. Alright, seems my recording a little stuffed up. Basically, there's only about 2 minutes you missed. He mentions he saw the bellboy earlier that day, later that day, in the hallway, when he's going to the bathroom, and this is basically his next testimony of what happened then. He was going to say something else, but he started saying, I mean, but Edgeworth cut him off. The one that I'm more curious about is this one, though, because he says the bellboy seems out of place. So what exactly was out of place about him? Right. What the inspired grin. Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's gonna say next? Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? The bellboy is one of those room service people then, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree, that is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. Is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or try to pull a fast one, or let it slide? I'll try to pull a fast one. There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But that really was. There really isn't. If you two are done being schoolchildren, bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement to be supplemented with his new one. Grr, Edgeworth, you're gonna do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious. I see. Very well. This call recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. I thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of a guest's room. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw the bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand, and there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice? What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it might be true. But isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches, and... So, a baseball has stitches? Are you saying all baseballs have suspicious because they have stitches? Well, there's also, about him being empty-handed. I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corrida's body. The liquid inside the glass is tomato juice. And now, if you will take a look at what is on top of the table, in the lower right corner, anyone can clearly tell that it's a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy just brought this to Mr. Corrida's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in his room. Oh, but can you prove that Mr. Corrida was already dead at the time? Mr. Edgeworth, I blame you for leading me down this route. terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy is empty-handed, or should I say empty-handed. I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. I almost forgot. Huh? What? That bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black leather. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind. Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, got to focus. I can't get lax. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright, that bellboy's wearing black leather ones. So, a football is made of leather. You saying all footballs suspicious because they're made of leather? Oh my god. But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. Oh yes, please tell us more. Second meeting. After leaving Joanne's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went back to the bathroom and then back to my seat. That's a small one. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room. Yeah, I kind of saw all that by accident. Some accident, I'd say he saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we, Mr. Wright? Your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. After leaving Joanne's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door. Is that what you saw while you were busy? Excuse me? I may be poor underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying. Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from? Oh, from the door of the bathroom with my left eye, in a sort of sneaky spy-like. I knew he was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or on-handling? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. He gave something to the person inside the room. I said hold it. Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us more details. Oh, okay. I should probably ask him only one question at a time. I'll ask about this something. He gave something to this person. Yeah, and what was this something? If I remember what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, wouldn't I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small. This is an incredibly crucial piece of evidence. Please try to remember. I'll try. In the meantime, let's talk over another point, namely, what the bellboy did next. Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing, the old guy just left without even going to the bathroom. Okay, I want to... hang on. Let's about the person inside. So who took this something... Who took this something the bellboy handed off? Oh, actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm? You're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah. Well, I'd like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, it was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off. Let's see, well, I think it was... If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could see for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue. Do I have that kind of thing? This?
Objection!
What was the point of the pregnant pause? Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, this is something you saw. Was it this item? Oh, hey, that's it! That's the something! Well, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out. I recall we found this at Matt Ungard's mansion. At the defendant's house? What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the Killer assassinated John Carita in this room, and then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Then the bear being forced at Mr. Angard's mansion would mean... I guess without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Angard is the Killer's client. Oh, pardon me. Does that mean the tape is probably in there? I don't know. Maybe. Mr. Wright, this is most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would happen later on. Even if you hadn't shown us to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it's clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial. I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute please. Yes, Mr. Wright. There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh? Well, can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further? The bear itself. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright? That was found in Mr. Angard's mansion. However, Mr. Angard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh, I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was Mr. Angard who took this bear to his mansion. Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Phew, disaster averted. Oh god. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Angard's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. The butler. All this time, it was D-Killer. D-Killer and Angard were working together, so to speak. And D-Killer was hiding in Angard Mansion as its butler. But what a bold move! The bear figurine was brought back to Angard's mansion by D-Killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Angard had him do so. I assumed because it would have been bad had the police found it during the investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you have been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I have to try. I have to find something else. What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to? I plan to expose a clearly shaky place in Mr. Powers' testimony. There's still another one? There is indeed, Your Honor. And it's quite a questionable one. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. Yeah, Powers' testimony. Mr. Powers' testimony, of course. I know my testimony was kind of shaky. You have already clarified all questionable points during the cross-examination just now. Wasting time like this, calling the testimony questionable. I'd say it's your head that's questionable here. Oh god. Fine, I get it. Yes, I get it. Just bring up the things again. Thank you. There was one thing in Mr. Powell's testimony that was very unclear, and that is the identity of the person who received the bear. He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was who took the bear, we can't be sure of... Ah! What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're gonna scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why. Oh yeah, actually. So, I remembered. I remembered who took the bear. Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But, the arm. It was the Nickel Samurai's arm, I swear it. You've gotta be kidding! Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. It looks like you've dug your own grave yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. So the person who took this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt Engard is the Nickel Samurai. Thanks to the defense, we've made all that clear. I think we've heard enough. We know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in the room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Master Matt Engard. I see no reason for this trial to continue, therefore I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I know it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? What should I do? Raise an objection. I will now announce my... Yep, you won't be able to do anything. There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now, we have these two reasons to believe my client is a client of an assassin. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, the very same figurine was found at Engard Mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person did kill his real client. The real client? Yes. Is this all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the real client of the killer and therefore the real murderer? I think it's you! Adrian Andrews. Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt Engard for the crime by wearing a spare Nickel Samurai costume. That Nickel Samurai's arm that I saw. That could have very well been Miss Andrews. But what about Mr. Engard? If you will please recall yesterday's testimony, the defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figurine in Mr. Engard's mansion, it was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic, besides which there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount this possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell Engard did it. I can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin the guilt on someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty. It's murder of all things. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up. All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor, for the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with this what-if game. His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even if you must have thought it strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? Well, it does seem like a cute bear, maybe? He's right. The killer did specially bring this bear to Engard, right? Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely, and I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon the witness who will call old doubts against Miss Andrews. Who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. Oh boy. I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. Prosecution will prepare a witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. Well, that's gonna go bad. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you try to pin the guilt on Adrian. I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick, Pearls? Where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. Really strong power? Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Phew, that's good, pal. What about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where D-Killer and Mayor are? We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time. We just had one. Even a single clue would be really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until May has been rescued. Have I just run out of luck this whole time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent. Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. Mia? Looks like May was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was May that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now, but I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe, is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. A very big circus. And he was someone within a 300 feet radius from me. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map about 300 feet radius from the main tent. Hurry. And? You can see a mailbox under the window. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It felt like it was an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so. I heard her. An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay? Mia, May's not hurt, right? She's in pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before May is rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. We can do this. March 23rd, 12:05 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene. D-Killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real criminal. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have. You've seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? Alright. Why does she... Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. Oh. So this figurine is this container of sorts, is it? Yes, looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, that is superb, whatever. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. So there really was something to that bear after all. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. take apart? How would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Oh, this is most interesting. Boy and his new toy. It's like it's a 5 all over again. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. So what did you do after you take the puzzle apart? At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store an item. Small item. And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. Then this was a present from you. That's right. There was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan. So it was a present from Miss Andrews? Witness, let's continue with your testimony. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. So, who exactly knew how to solve the puzzle? Only the two of us, Joanne and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are that many people with the same bear in this country. This looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get what was inside. Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's been broken. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. Oh, oops. A puzzle. That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figure. True enough, to people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container of jewelry box? I never told anyone, and as long as Joanne never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. Two of you, huh? And of course that means Mr. Engard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Oh boy. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we haven't covered, and that is, the bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is, what is inside the box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we are gonna find out next, witness. Yes. You're the only one who can open this. Please. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? Oh, what is that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess at what this is, do we, Mr. Wright? Oh, it's the suicide note. Suicide note left by Joanne Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impax. Till now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just we suspected it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Joanne Corrida himself. Seems Celeste Impax had a very beautiful handwriting, and she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Order! Witness! Do you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public. But I couldn't find it anywhere, because it had already been taken by Tequila. Everything was going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it is only appropriate to the contents of the note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note out loud. Very well. Here we go. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the dead silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impax left us a record of all that had happened to her. After being used and then thrown away by Engard. After being engaged to Corrida and Engard's role in destroying that. and about how she decided in her despair to end it all. And that's all Miss Impax had to say. There's one thing I would like to say here. Prosecution has no interest in slandering Miss Vanguard. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for the murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On that night of the murder, Jerome was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word! Matt Engard values above all else his refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop the note from being made public. At any cost. They're all teasing him. Oh my god. There is no margin for doubt here. Mr. T. Killer's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know, I have to carry on and buy some more time. Okay, there are two deadly pieces of evidence. Figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel is already in the judge's hand, Phoenix. Hurry. The suicide note or the figurine, which one of these should I pursue? Suicide note.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. I think Your Honor believes that Matt Angard killed in order to obtain this note. Yes, that is correct. But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there is a contradiction there. This note was hidden by Mr. Corrida until the night of the murder. If that is the case, I say that Matt Engard could not have known what was inside that note. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first seeing or knowing what it said. Well, have you seen the scars on his eyes? He's not really a right person. Order! Order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well in this one. Fortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Matt Engard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And? The victim, Juan Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt Engard. Order! Order! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You, don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you were confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night I searched the victim's house in a hunch, using this. Gumshoe's bug sweeper? By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were all found on this camera. Matt Engard's fingerprints? Well, Phoenix, looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Engard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victims all along. can't be good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking? Mummy, is that man the bad killer guy? Shush, stop, don't look at him. Pfft, the way he's sweating, it's just so, nasty. Phoenix, yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next? What I'm going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on the case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important detail. Well, what is it, Mia? There is a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate. I'd really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had a chance. Why are you speaking of riddles all of a sudden? The handwriting, right? You think someone else wrote it? Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What is this piece of evidence that Mia's talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? Present evidence. I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright.
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense has no intentions of letting this go so easily. You're beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you forgot one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence.
Take that!
That is Miss Impax's suicide note. Who knows? I mean, sure, the suicide note was found inside the bear, but this bear was in my possession until a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impax or not, has yet to be even remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright, you can seriously be suggesting... Mr. Wright, are you saying the suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Engard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into the bear? How dare you? That's not what I think at all. Your Honor, the defense isn't indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There's no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note, whatever. Well, she's the one who got the bear, so... But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could have solved the puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt Engard. I did no such thing. Right, if you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, show this court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you. That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note? It is the defense has stated the handwriting is yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where verdict is impossible. That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry the trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I requested that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis is my butt. Just a lawyer trying to buy more time. Engard is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell that. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty, 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 guilty. I love it. What is that sound? It's Gumshoe! Hello, Gumshoe! Sai. What is with him? What's with that Sai? Where's Maya? What happened to kill him? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say. Besides, I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. Really, I do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. The two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm gonna keep looking for them, pal. I'm gonna keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we weren't. Don't tell me we don't. We don't have any more. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I am about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Spin! Mr. Edgeworth, please, you gotta buy some more time. Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform this necessary test on a piece of paper in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we'd adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please, Your Honor. Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. Oh, this is going to get interesting. March 23rd. Well? Right, well, what's going on with the Mayhem situation? The killer, it looks like he got away again. 30 minutes. We can't find her in that time. Oh, is this Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time, just spit it out. Right. Looks like we just missed them, sir. The killer left a few things behind by accident and he rushed to get away. A few things? Can we use any of them as evidence? Thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things here he left with me right now and I'm on my way over. That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. It sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. With the hunk of junk car, I'd say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. Pull out all the stops and run every red light. Items left by the murderer. Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Whoa, what was that? What's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. No one can stop. Oh, God. What happened? It sounds like he had an accident, I'm guessing. His cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help. We have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken. He wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why did Gumshoe have to go get in an accident? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at the moment? There is a way. Francisca has a thing on him, remember? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this.
Take that!
Why are you bringing up Francisca at a time like this? Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, which is all we have. Francisca, will she even want to help us? Edgeworth, what is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right, it doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears, whether you did your job well or not. That can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, Malif. There's a phone call for you, sir. He said it was extremely urgent. You're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you want to do.